Are you struggling to understand why the man you care about has suddenly become distant? Are you worried that you may have made some mistakes and have caused him to lose interest in you? In my last video, I shared some of the initial steps to reignite his attraction and get him chasing you again. But as I said, your work isn't done yet because you never want this to happen to you again. That's why in this video, I'm going to share the final steps that will keep his attraction and his desire for you growing for years to come. Don't go anywhere because we're starting right now. So if you follow the steps from the first video, it's likely that his attraction and desire for you is much more like it was in the beginning. But your work is not done because you don't want this situation to happen to you again. That's why the next 3 steps are so important, because they ensure that his attraction and desire for you grows into a deep and forever kind of love. So we're going to get to those steps in just a moment, but first I want to quickly recap the first 4 steps from the last video. So if the guy that you're involved with has pulled away, doing these first 4 steps in order will get him pursuing you like he did before. That starts with step number 1. You need to reset the relationship. That means that you're not going to be talking about what's happening, talking about what you're disappointed with, or having any conversations about the relationship at all. Instead, you're going to focus on creating a new start and building a positive dynamic. Step 2 is you need to give him something to miss. This means being the confident, fun, and exciting person that he fell for in the first place. That means you're going to create a dynamic that he can't get anywhere else. You want to make sure that he associates you with everything fun. Step number 3, stop initiating communications. You can't be the one who's always looking for him with the good morning text. You can't be the one that's always calling him or trying to initiate and make plans with him. So let him initiate contact and make him wait a little bit before responding to his calls and texts. Step number 4 is to prioritize your life and start saying no to him. Make it clear that you have other responsibilities and priorities that take precedence at this time. This will show him your confidence and independence and make him remember how you used to be available for him when he prioritized the relationship. Now, if you want more of an in-depth explanation about these steps, you can click on the card above to watch the first video now, but I'll also link it at the end of this video. At this point, you should certainly have his attention and notice that he's pursuing you and acting much more like he did in the beginning. And that's where these final tips come in. Step number 5 is to be a little bit mysterious. That means that you don't always have to share every detail of your daily activities with him. Now, I'm not encouraging you to keep secrets from him or to lie to him. Just don't over-explain every detail of everything that you're doing. So, for example, when you're going out to dinner with your parents or with your sister or brother, tell him that you're going out to dinner. You don't have to tell him who you're going with unless he asks. And let him ask if he really wants to know. And when you have plans with friends and he asks you on a date for a last-minute date, you have to tell him that you have plans with your friends. And don't break your plans for his last-minute requests. This will force him to recognize that your time is valuable and he needs to put you first. You're not a last-minute plan type of person because he has nothing else to do. Number 6 is to have the talk when the time is right. Now, this one is super important because if you've done these first steps correctly, he's definitely going to recognize the change and he'll probably become concerned and might even object to these changes. And at that point, he's either going to step up his game and become more loving and more like he used to be, or he's going to bring up what he's noticed and want to have a conversation about it. And when he brings it up, you need to be clear and honest about your expectations for the relationship. So be authentic and honest with yourself and with him and tell him what you need from him. Share your standards and expectations with him. And if he values you and the relationship, he's going to do everything he can to meet and even exceed your expectations. Step number 7, be willing to walk away. This is probably the most critical step because once you've had this conversation again, he must know that he's got to change or you're going to leave him. He needs to know that you aren't willing to settle and that you aren't going to tolerate behaviors or actions of his that disappoint you. And that you will walk away for good. People change when they absolutely have to or when they absolutely want to. That's why he must know that he's got to change or he's going to lose you. Now, I know that many of you will be worried about doing these steps. You will worry that he will become upset or that he will lose interest because these steps feel risky. You're probably fearing that he won't care or that you'll be sabotaging the relationship, or even worse, you might be afraid that he will just find someone else to date. And some people might think that these steps are manipulative and that you not being authentic. But that's not the case, because you wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't already overinvest and give him too much. Think of these tips and these steps as simply like a slight change. Call them a behavioral correction rooted on being the best version of yourself. They're designed to help him recognize your value and to remember the person that he fell for in the first place. Again, you have to trust the process because these steps work. And I can promise you this, if he loves you and if he values you, doing these things will wake him up and he will remember and appreciate what he has. And these steps will make him miss you and he will show you. But that will only happen if you overcome your fear of losing him and carefully follow these steps. So you must believe that if you're meant to be with this person, these steps will work. And I'd love to know your thoughts here. Are you willing to give these steps a try, or are you afraid to try them? Leave a comment below and let us know if you agree with these tips or disagree, and if you've tried them before. And if you've really given these tips a try and you still feel unappreciated, maybe he's just not that into you. And you can click here to watch a video that explains the signs that a person you're dating isn't into you, or click here to watch part 1 of this series. I'll see you in the next video.